So, this is a short, simple message for the Shabbat. Now, brothers, when we come into the faith, we need to not be cursing those who are still outside the faith, who still lack the understanding that we have. We need to be merciful, gracious, kind, and loving. Is it not Yeshayahu or Isaiah who said that Yahweh's salvation would reach the ends of the earth through our example? So wouldn't that mean that we need to be a light even to those people and not get all haughty and think highly of ourselves because we have a little bit of knowledge out of Protestantism? You'll actually laugh because I saw something interesting on my Facebook profile. On my feed, came up this post stating that Rabbi Kalman Samuels delivered a special message from Israel during Fox News' 6th annual All-American Christmas tree lighting. I don't know who this rabbi is, but he better not be accusing any missionaries of idolatry. And a conservative Jewish girl who's about my age that I ended up befriending actually agreed with my conclusion on this post. She said something to the tune of, "What the heck?" And on top of that, I understand that human sacrifice according to Torah is an abomination to Elohim. And this is why many of our brethren and brother Judah say that there's no plan for a suffering servant Messiah. Totally understandable. Because people did believe genuinely at that time that the Son should suffer for the sins of the Father and the Father should suffer for the sins of the Son. And that penal substitutionary atonement on the part of humans was a way to reconcile us to Elohim. So does this mean that mothers were dying for the sins of their daughters or daughters for the sins of their mothers? I don't know. People think that the patriarch Avram had a daughter, at least in certain rabbinic circles, based on a specific reading of the Torah. I can't verify it, just so you know. We see in Yochanan or John chapter 9 that retribution theology was a concept very present in the mind of our brother Judah, just as it has been in times past. It says, as he, Yeshua, went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi or Rebbe, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of Elohim might be displayed in him. Now just quickly, bear in mind that this set of verses right here is a clear demonstration that natural consequences can happen that stem neither from God or the devil or demons or cosmic forces. They're just things that happen as part of a fallen world, and no one's really at fault for these things. And it's just like we have plagues and pestilences and people who are being killed by car accidents. You know, we tend to think, oh, was the devil involved in all that? Well, no, he wasn't. And in verse 4, it says, as long as it is day, we must do the works of him or the Father who sent me. This is not the best text to use to prove that the Sabbath starts at eve, by the way. I do start my Shabbat at eve right now. But this verse is simply saying that while it is daytime, it's light. You're able to see. The works of God are able to be accomplished. However, when it is evening time, and that's at any evening, it gets a little dark, and the things of Elohim can't be accomplished in the same way. So, for those of our brothers and sisters who are in the Torah singles groups and getting angry that the younger people are getting more clicks than them, I have to say that that is just a natural consequence of some of the decisions you've made. This is not we need to be more godly and put more likes on the posts of those who are older, or more comments, or more engagement. Can you show me a command in Tanakh to do that? Just because you want attention and you're not getting it doesn't mean that you have a right to tell other people that they're sinning because you're butthurt. Now, the thing is, young people, they're vibrant. They want to get married for the first time. They have no history on record. But these adults that are in these groups have a past. And they want to blame someone. They want to blame the devil. They want to blame demons. They want to blame some outside cosmic force that they think is oppressing them. The reality is, a lot of us have made decisions and we're suffering the natural consequences of them. So just bear that in mind. If we're going to minister to Brother Judah, we can't just be blaming all these things but ourselves. And Brother Judah, I understand where you're coming from. You don't see that Daniel 9, that Moschiach Nagid, that is Messiah the director, came in the form of a person and was offered up for the sins of all mankind. Now, let me ask you a question. Is Daniel 9 talking about a sheep or a goat or a lamb or some form of animal sacrifice? Because if it's not, then what is it talking about? Shalom.